Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. In light of recent lockdowns that we're experiencing around the world, obviously can't get my hands on anything new here in the room, sadly. At least for now, there's going to be a hell of a lot of reviews to come when this is all over, mark my words. But today I've decided to take something a little older and very, very awesome off the shelves here today. And that's requested by Kamal, who's been a long time follower of Sneaker Stories. So shout out to you, man. Today we're checking out the Nike Air Max 1 Canada the 6. Alright, so generally when I do have older shoes in the room and you don't see them here on YouTube, they are all listed in the story highlights as soon as Instagram allowed you to save story highlights to Instagram, of course. And that's where I used to do all my reviews, all on Instagram in the stories and save them to the story highlights. But this pair is so old that it was before you could save to story highlights, so it's not actually there anymore. So that's why I'm going to start off with this one today. We're going to work our way around the room over the next whoever knows how long the lockdown continues, with shoes that maybe aren't just top of mind when it comes to reviews and things like that. So I'm really, really excited to do this one. This, as I mentioned, is one of my favorite Air Max 1s to ever release. It released in December, I think 2015, the beginning of December. There was firstly an initial release in Toronto as an exclusive, and then there were also limited edition boxes which came with the shoe, and there's rumored to only be 10 of those in existence. One video I did watch on YouTube, and I'll link that guy's video below in the description. You can check out the limited edition box there. It was really, really awesome, and something I really do think they should have just done with all of these, because I think overall, as this was a quick strike release, it was pretty limited in numbers as well. Nonetheless, following that Canada exclusive release in the beginning of December, I think it was around the 6th of December if I'm not mistaken, around the 17th of December, they then released in the United States as well, but obviously not with that exclusive limited edition box, but in the standard red Nike box that you usually see. Now, getting onto the shoes themselves, as mentioned, this is a Canada Toronto the 6 shoe, so obviously all the design inspiration is pulled directly from Toronto. If you're wondering what the 6 is, that represents the 6 boroughs of Toronto, and that is basically represented on the shoe, and I'll show you all those details now. But I want to start with the outsole and midsole on this. As you guys can see, it's completely whited out. It might actually be so white the camera's probably struggling to pick this up, so I hope that's not the case. But as you guys will see, completely whited out midsole, and then the first and most standout feature on the shoe for me is that completely whited out air bubble. Some people have said that that's to represent the snowy conditions of Canada, and overall the shoe is actually quite winterized. This mudguard and midsole here have been completely rubberized, and that's to help reduce cracking and just exposure to the harsh elements that you get in Canada of snow, extreme cold and wet weather. One thing you'll notice up here in the front, you do have a mini swoosh which is done in a tonal white embroidered in the front there, and that is on both of the shoes. And then moving to the upper, as you'll notice, all the materials are done in a tonal black. However, there are a mix of different materials on the shoe, bringing in that winterized theme of the particular materials. So you do have Tech Tough from Nike Textiles here in the toe box section. It's kind of like a ballistics mesh, but it's supposedly pretty good at repelling water and just keeping your feet warm. And then you've got these nubuck suedes over here, which have also been winterized to some degree as far as I understand, and that's done in the swoosh, the eyelet section, and then the heel of the shoe as well. And while we're on the heel here, you'll notice there is a compass over there, which is also a rubberized material. That is in fact 3M, so you will get that reflective flash under certain lighting conditions. And then just above that, you do have N representing north for Toronto's northern status. Then flipping into the lacing section of the shoe, you do have one set of black waxy laces that are provided with them. No other sets of laces provided with the shoe. I would like to see some different lacing combinations over here, so maybe I'll play around with that down the line. But then just up that, on this sort of mesh tongue, you do have the Canadian maple leaf, which is done in a red. And then on the reverse of that, you do have the words the 6 there, just representing those 6 boroughs in Toronto. The left shoe, of course, does have something similar with the maple leaf on the front of the tongue, and then you've just got TO for Toronto on the back of that tag. Just something I haven't seen on any Nike Air Maxes for so long now is the Nike shoe tree over here, which is their sort of makeshift shoe tree that they make and used to put in some of the shoes. That's something we just don't see anymore. It's just paper stuff in there. But yeah, just thought that was an interesting thing. The inspiration for the sock liner and the insole of the shoe is the Aurora Borealis, or whatever you would call that, aka Northern Lights, which is supposedly very well viewed from Canada itself. And I just want to take out the other one to show you that they are slightly different in color. So this one is a little bit more pinky and this one is a little bit more purpley, if you'd call it that. But then one signature little addition there at the bottom of the heels, you'll notice the Canadian CN Tower, which sits at the heart of Toronto, just as a statement piece, really cementing these as a Toronto specific shoe. Now, due to the exclusive nature of this particular release and being an Air Max 1, the resale prices of it have climbed quite dramatically over the last few years. I picked these up towards the end of 2016, if I'm not mistaken, off StockX for $250. They're currently around double or even quadruple that, anywhere between $500 and $1,000 depending on your size, and that's just based on StockX. Of course, you can probably find cheaper pairs elsewhere if you really dig deep and find someone who's willing to let a pair of these go. But definitely, overall speaking, they are true to size. If you do want to get a pair, they're one of my favorite Air Max 1 shoes, especially in around winter times. Even though I haven't worn them yet, I know that this white mudguard is going to be very, very hard to keep clean, because I can already see that there is some like sort of dust scuffs on this particular pair, and that's just from that rubberized nature, just basically gripping dirt on that. So they're definitely going to be quite difficult to keep as fresh as they are right now. Maybe that's why I haven't really wanted to wear them too much just yet. But yeah, starting from today, and as you guys would have already seen in this video, they're already on feet. So these are going to be a firm fixture for my winter rotation going forward. But that's pretty much it for this review of the Nike Air Max Canada Toronto the 6th. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you do have any further questions, please drop them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe right here for more content like this down the line. And speaking of that, please also let me know in the comment section which other shoes in the collection you guys want to see reviewed here on Sneaker Stories YouTube. We've got time to kill, might as well take a good look at them. But also make sure you check out the Instagram story highlights for over 200 other pairs, including Nike Air Mags, including NERD, Pharrell Hughes. There's so much heat on that Instagram page, so just scroll along over there in the story highlights if you do get bored and want to watch some of my older content on Instagram itself. But that's it from me, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.